Now, before you storm the comments and ask me about the difference between the Galaxy F55 and the recently launched Galaxy M55, then let me tell you, both the Galaxy M55 and this one, the Galaxy F55, are very similar smartphones, barring a few minor differences. So, if that is the case, then why does this one exist? Well, options, my friend. And no, I am not saying this. I feel this is something that Samsung believes in, and anyway, have you heard of anyone who is complaining about having more options? Also note that the Galaxy M devices are Amazon exclusive while the Galaxy F devices are Flipkart exclusive. Of course, Samsung could have just made it easier, launched one phone, marketed it, and that would have been less confusing, but here we are with the Galaxy F55 exclusive for Flipkart. So if you're someone who prefers their online shopping on Flipkart and you also happen to be someone who's looking for a new mid-range smartphone, should you consider buying the Galaxy F55 5G? Well, hello everyone, I'm here for Fiiber by India Today, and this is my review of the Samsung Galaxy F55 5G. Now, let's get started. Now, one thing that I loved about the Galaxy M55 that Cyrus reviewed was its lightweight design and how easy it was to handle that big phone with one hand. But I think that the Galaxy F55 does it one better by maintaining the same lightweight design along with having a vegan leather back. You guys also let me know your thoughts in the comments whether you find this design better or the Galaxy M55's design better. So this is the Apricot Crush colorway. There's also a black shade which I think looks better than this orange one. But then again, truth be told, this color has definitely grown on me. I also love the stitching on both sides. Plus, the signature 3-lens camera layout gives the phone the well-known Samsung look, but also if you look closely, the use of gold color around the camera rings looks exquisite. Even the side frame, while being polycarbonate, has this polished metallic look which looks elegant. Other than this, the phone looks neat, the buttons are nice and clicky, the fingerprint sensor is reliable and accurate, although would have loved to see it placed a little higher. The bezels at the front are not that slim, not that big. I would say they are just about fine. Overall, I don't have any complaints about the design here. I mean, for a phone this big, the Galaxy F55 is very light and slim, is very ergonomic, and I love the vegan leather treatment at the rear panel. One con though that I would point out is that the orange color, this orange color on the vegan leather back, I think this would get dirty over time. So I think so that the black shade of this phone would hold up better in daily use case scenarios. Alright, on to the front. This right here is a 6.7 inches Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate and 1000 nits brightness in high brightness mode. Now, apart from the fact that you could find the display to be reflective these days in harsh sunlight, for the most part, the brightness should suffice in most use case scenarios. But other than that, this is a well-calibrated AMOLED display, and unless you have been living under a rock, you know Samsung makes the best displays for smartphones. So of course, whether you're watching videos, playing games, or generally fiddling around with the screen, you would love the viewing experience on the Galaxy F55. One thing though would be that the quality of the dual speakers of this phone could be better. I mean, of course, they do get loud, but I did notice some mild audio distortion at full volume, so anything around 80% volume should be just about fine. Alright, on to the performance and software. The Galaxy F55 is powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1, a tried and tested SoC that offers good performance and efficiency. But you know, if Samsung does price the Galaxy F55 around 25,000 rupees plus or minus, then the company could have easily gone for a 7 Gen 3 or even a 7S Gen 2 chipset for better GPU performance. Nonetheless, with 12GB RAM and 256GB storage on my unit, the Galaxy F55 scored 930 in single core and 2433 in multi-core in the Geekbench 6 benchmark. In Antutu, the phone almost hit the 6 lakh number, while the wildlife stress test and CPU throttle numbers not being the highest showed the efficiency of the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 chipset. However, if you can keep the benchmark numbers aside, in the real world, I noticed the Galaxy F55 has a speedy and fluid performance. So barring aside a few stutters, sometimes animations and transitions, app opening times, multitasking and all of those things work phenomenally well. Partly the reason behind this is One UI 6.1 atop Android 14, which is Samsung's custom Android skin. Again, for those who don't know, One UI is feature rich and smooth to use. Also, if you're someone who has used One UI software in the past, then you will feel right at home. Plus, with features such as secure folder, labs and customization options, not to forget, everything is protected at the core by Knox. One UI is fun and practical to use at the same time. But my couple gripes with One UI on mid-range Samsung devices are the pre-installed apps which you can thankfully uninstall. Apart from this, the Discover page on the app screen and Glance UI on the lock screen is annoying, but again, you can disable them, so that is great. Other than this, when it comes to gaming, while I won't suggest you buy this phone specifically for gaming, you'd be better off with something else. That said, when it comes to light gaming, or even if you're someone who casually plays a round or two of Call of Duty Mobile or BGMI, you would be just fine. Okay, in terms of endurance, there's a 5000 mAh battery under the hood with 45 watt charging support. And you know, when I first saw the box of the Galaxy F55, I got really excited because I thought this is the box, so it might just have the charger inside, but then I opened the box and apart from the phone, there was just the USB Type-C cable. But yes, for a phone this slim and light and having a 5000 mAh battery under the hood along with One UI's optimization, the battery life has been solid on the Galaxy F55. Under heavy use, you can easily clock a day's worth of endurance, and on lighter days, you can even do 1.5 days on a single charge, which is more than enough. Charging times are also not the fastest. Of course, if you're comparing it with the likes of OnePlus and Redmi's, you will be disappointed. But on a whole, I think so the charging times on the Galaxy F55 are right about decent. For context, I used a PD charger to juice up my Galaxy F55, and in my findings, a 0 to 50% charge takes about 30 minutes, while a full charge takes about 75 minutes. Finally, let's talk about the camera. At the rear, the Galaxy F55 gets a 50 megapixel primary lens with OIS paired with an 8 megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, a 2 megapixel macro camera and a 50 megapixel selfie camera at the front. So the main camera takes good pictures in bright light with good amounts of detail and good color, although I won't call it the most accurate. But overall, the results look sharp and nice, and that is what that ultimately matters. Human skin tones are also captured nicely, while the portrait mode shots also look quite stunning. The 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera also works well in good light, letting you capture more scenery. But again, the photos do have this little bit of edge distortion, and the colors also won't turn as bright as you would get from the primary lens. The selfie camera also takes good pictures that show your face clearly with a very slight warm color cast. Even the portrait mode results look pretty good. As for taking pictures in low light, well, that's a bit tricky. While the final results look nice, detailed and well exposed, the camera does take a few seconds to capture a picture in night mode, so you need to hold the phone very still. I mean, if you move it too much, the picture will be blurry and it will not show much detail. And this is despite the main camera having OIS that you still have to hold the phone steady in your hands. So that was the photo quality. Now let me show you some video samples of the Galaxy F55. So right now I'm recording from the rear camera of the Galaxy F55 5G. This is the 4K 30 FPS video sample. This is the maximum this phone can shoot, and this is the kind of quality that you get. My observations, well, colors again, just like you saw in the image quality, colors are a little bit on the saturated side, but yeah, this is what you get. Overall, the results look quite nice. What do you think about the stabilization? Because stabilization, you do get OIS, and yeah, stabilization according to me is quite good. What do you think about the audio? What do you think about the overall video quality? Let me know in the comments. And next up is the selfie video. It's the selfie video recording on the Galaxy F55, and I do have a couple of observations. So this is again a 4K 30 FPS video recording. So just like the rear camera, the front can also record at 4K 30 FPS. But again, HDR performance is not the strongest, and I also observed that while there does seem to be some sort of electronic stabilization here, but I could, figure out some sort of jitters while I am moving around. So front camera video recording could have been better, but yeah, this is the kind of quality that you get. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. The next up is the verdict. So at the time of recording this video, I don't have the official price of the Galaxy F55, but if the Galaxy M55 is anything to go by, I am expecting this phone to be priced somewhere between 25,000 and 30,000 rupees. And for that kind of money, I think it's a pretty decent smartphone with an extremely ergonomic design, good battery, nice cameras, a good display and a reliable user experience. Of course, in this price range, you can also find some faster phones such as the likes of Poco X6 Pro and the Note C4. But if you just want a dependable phone and your main priority isn't hardcore gaming, in that case, the Galaxy F55 is a solid choice. As I said earlier, it has a great screen, takes nice photos in good light, and the battery lasts a long time. Fiiber rates the Samsung Galaxy F55 an 8 out of 10. Rest, you guys let me know your thoughts about this phone in the comments below. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.